Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. So if that's your vibe, please consider hitting subscribe. And today I'm sharing with you some of my favorite hydration bombs. Oh yeah. Now, you know I have dehydrated skin. I am always on the quest for the most hydrating products. And while this video is not exhaustive, it's not every single most hydrating product I've ever found. Like maybe I should do a part 2. This is like a really nice collection of some of my top favorite suggestions if you are also looking for a hydration bomb, some really juicy, hydrating, plumping skincare to get real deep into there and really replenish the skin. So if you are so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. So let's talk about the Aprilskin Artemisia Rice Essence Toner. Now, this is something you've heard me talk about a lot because I've been through many bottles of it. It is fast becoming an all-time favorite toner for me. And I always say there's something a little bit different about this. It's kind of hard to put your finger on it, but I think I have. And this is interesting because it's a watery, lightweight, hydrating toner without any moisture. There's no slipperiness or slickness to this. This is just watery hydration, but it does have a little bit of body to it, and it has like a fullness to it. Just in the texture, it has a fullness. Once you get it onto your skin, it really dives deep into your skin and really fills it with hydration. That full feeling really translates in this toner. It really fills your skin with lots of hydration. It's a hydration bomb. There are a couple different types of hyaluronic acid in here, but this has not been formulated in like a thicker, almost like a slippery kind of feel. Like a lot of hyaluronic acid products kind of have that like feel. This doesn't. It's super duper watery. It's a hydration bomb, but it really fills your skin and it feels amazing, especially if you have very thirsty skin. And the best part is you can really layer this up without building up thickness or stickiness or like a tackiness on the top of your skin. It's just so light. It's so refreshing. It's incredibly hydrating. And like I said, this is becoming one of my favorite toners. So we have to talk about the Make Prem Relief Me Essence Toner. Now, you know, talking about favorite toners, this is an all-time favorite. I've talked about it a lot, but it really does deserve a spot in the hydration bomb video. Now, this is a very basic toner. You know, that doesn't have any like special can't put my finger on it kind of feeling. This is a very basic, purely hydrating toner with no bells, no whistles, no special magical tricks, no brightening or anything like that coming from it. This is just about, you know, basic humectants getting the job done. But boy, what a job it gets done. This is so hydrating. You know, speaking of like really filling your skin up with hydration, that's how this toner feels. It's watery, it's light, it's layerable. It does not have moisture. It does not have like a stickiness to it or a moisture element to it, but it really just replenishes your skin. You know, when you have dehydrated skin, it's not just that your skin is thirsty, it's that it's lacking something. It's that it's deficient in something. You feel that with dehydrated skin. You're like, my skin just wants something and I just don't know what it needs. It needs this toner. Whatever this toner does, like it replenishes the skin. It really just fulfills whatever your skin is craving when it's so thirsty, when it's so dehydrated. This just gets in there. It has a little bit of a calming effect too. I offer this tip all the time, but I think it makes so much sense for the hydration bomb video. If you are looking to get a hydration bomb on your skin, you want lots and lots of juicy, watery hydration, do not be afraid to layer up the same skincare product over and over and over again until you achieve maximum hydration. My favorite way to do this is with toners. I like to layer them up 2, 3, 4, 5 times sometimes, depending on how thirsty my skin is, to really get that plump, hydrated, dewy looking skin. But you can of course do this with your essences and even a couple layers of your serum. So let's talk about the Tiam Vita B5 toner. Now this is a toner with a little bit of body to it, a little bit of thickness, a little bit of slip between your fingers. You can see this in the texture. It's got a fullness to it. And this really plumps your skin. Not only does it give that deep replenishing hydration, there's actually like a little tiny whisper of non-greasy moisture, just a little hint of it. Like blink and you'll miss it, but just a little bit. It feels amazing on the skin. Lots of hydration and lots of plumping. It makes your skin so bouncy, like you just want to do this, you know, like in the skincare ads where they're like, this like toner will give you that type of skin, the choke kind of feel. This is awesome. There's so many goodies in here. There's some great peptides, but I really do think the hero is in the name. B5. Panthenol. What an amazing humectant for the skin. It really hydrates the skin. It helps your skin hold on to hydration by supporting your skin's lipid layer, aka your moisture barrier. So this is actually really great if you do have dehydration, and I have a feeling many of you who are watching this video probably do have some type of dehydration happening right now. This is an amazing ingredient because dehydration, I always say, is a symptom of a weak moisture barrier. So it's nice to get the ingredients that hydrate the skin and help support the skin barrier that helps hug and hold onto hydration. You don't want that hydration escaping your skin. This is a great toner with lots of panthenol and that beautiful bouncy feeling, that plump skin effect that I absolutely love. Now here's another tip for you when it comes to layering hydration. You can absolutely layer up the same product as many times as you want, and you will achieve hydration doing that. But if you want to play around a little bit with different weights and different qualities of hydrating products, toners or essences are great for this. You may want to use something watery like the Aprilskin or the Make Prem toners first, and then do a layer of something with a little bit more body to it like the Tiam, to really kind of play around with different weights and different thicknesses of hydration. And I call this like hydration sandwich method. This is so good if you do have dehydrated skin because you're getting a lot of that beautiful watery light hydration into your skin first, and then kind of like sandwiching it in or like holding it in with something with a little bit more body, maybe a little like slip, maybe a little hint of moisture, and that really helps hold the hydration into your skin and keep it from escaping during the day. Speaking of great products that help to hydrate and hold hydration into the skin, we have to talk about the Hanskin Hyaluron Essence. Now this is another type of product in essence with some body to it, a little bit of slip to it, maybe just a little whisper of balancing non-greasy moisture to it. And I do find that like as much as I want a hydration balm, I do appreciate that little hint, that little element of moisture that really helps to hold hydration into my skin. Now this product, you know, it does have hyaluronic acid in the name, and there are 3 different types of hyaluronic acid in here. So good for hydrating the skin, kind of plumping it up and kind of bringing a little bit of that moisture factor. But I really do feel like the secret ingredient here is actually hydrolyzed collagen. Now this is actually not going to be bringing like well-aging fine lines and wrinkles benefits to the skin. You know, we know collagen is great for fighting fine lines and wrinkles, but when you apply it topically through skincare, it actually, the molecule is very big and it just can't penetrate deeply enough to really target fine lines and wrinkles, unfortunately. However, it's still a very worthy skincare ingredient because it actually works as a great humectant. It really helps to bind water into the skin, and it has a little bit of a moisturizing element to it. And so I really think that's the secret to this, because whenever I use this, I feel like my skin is hydrated and plump, but I feel like it just helps fight dehydration just a little bit better. It's got that little like sandwiching it in, holding it in kind of effect. And I do feel like the hydrolyzed collagen, because like, look, I've used lots of hyaluronic acid in the past, right? I do think the hydrolyzed collagen with the hyaluronic acid is the secret. Them coming together really helps to hold hydration into your skin in a non-heavy, thick, really like occlusive type of way. It's not that type of feeling, but it just like gives your skin that little protective plump feeling that really hugs the hydration into your skin. Let's talk about the 9 Wishes Hydra Ampoule. Now this uses 51% of coconut water, and I have just found that that is a very special ingredient for hydrating the skin because it definitely does bring a lot of water into the skin, but it's also packed with vitamins and minerals for the skin. I've used it across other different skincare products and it always gives me that hydration balm effect. Like it really just gets in there, you know what what I mean? And that's really what I'm seeking for in my hydrating products, and this delivers. Now we got some good old, you know, basic hydrators in here like hyaluronic acid and glycerin. Don't knock them, you know, they definitely work and they're definitely contributing. But a little bit more interesting, baobab extract, which is a really light, slightly moisturizing type of ingredient. And I've seen this in other like hydration balm types of products that bring just that little bit of like hold it in kind of whisper of moisture. And I think that's what this ingredient really provides. And this also has a little bit of squalane oil in it, just a little bit. So again, getting a little bit of that like lock it in kind of a feeling without like really oppressing or really sealing off the skin. Now this is a really loose gel-like texture that just gives you that, like as soon as you start to work it into your skin, you get that burst of hydration. Like I imagine it like this beautiful calming blue water just like rushing into my skin and just like really like absorbing deep down. That's what I imagine when I use this, because that's what I'm feeling on my skin. You get that rush of hydration into your skin, a little bit of that plumping factor, a little bit of non-greasy moisture, just a little bit at the top to kind of hug the hydration in. And then this actually has a little bit of a dewy finish to it, a little bit of that glass skin finish to it. It's not overwhelming at all, but you just get a little bit of it and you're like, wow, not only does my skin feel hydrated, but it kind of looks hydrated too. All right, let's talk about the Beauty of Joseon Calming Serum. This uses green tea and panthenol. Panthenol shows up again, remember, so good for your moisture barrier and a really great humectant. And we know green tea is great for hydrating the skin. This also uses sugarcane extract, and that is actually really good for attracting and binding water to the skin. So there's quite a hydration factor in the formulation here. And this is something that I love to reach for in summertime because it's a nice, light, loose, watery, almost gel type of serum, but it's got that burst of hydration. It feels really refreshing and very light on the skin. And then the panthenol, I always find like good amounts of panthenol bring that little bounce to the skin, that little bit of plumping factor. So you get a little bit of that with this serum, which I love because I don't just want hydrated skin, I want juicy, plump, bouncy skin. And this kind of gives you a little bit of that feeling in a really nice, lightweight, hot weather appropriate serum. And as the name suggests, there's a calming factor to this, which is great because I feel like when my dehydration gets a little bit advanced, like it's gone on a little bit too long, that's when the irritation starts to settle in and my skin gets like low-key inflamed. Like it's not full-blown irritation, but just that little itchiness, just that little redness, just that little bit of sensitivity starts to crop up. This is a great serum for that because if you do get severe dehydration, you're gonna get irritation. You need the hydration, you need the panthenol, but you also need that calming, soothing effect, and this brings that. So when I'm using this serum, I just feel like my skin is just a little bit stronger. It's definitely like looking healthier, and it's so hydrated. So this is a great one if you do want to bring all the hydration benefits with a little bit of that anti-irritation calming factor. This is the one that you want to go for. And I have to mention the Beplain Bamboo Hydrating Ampoule. You know, I really love this so much for the formulation. First and foremost, bamboo water, much like coconut water, is just one of those ingredients. It's quite novel, right? It's not like a really well-known humectant like hyaluronic acid or glycerin, but it's one of those novel ingredients like coconut water that I've just personally found works so good for my dehydration. Like it just brings that over-the-top hydrated feel that my skin really craves. So this is another kind of special hydrator. Good amount of bamboo in this serum. But I think the heroes here are actually all the barrier supportive ingredients. There's like 5 different types of ceramides in here, cholesterol, fatty acids. And I think that this is such a beautiful holistic serum because again, I can't escape it. Like we're talking about hydration bombs, I gotta talk about dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin is a symptom of a weak barrier. Using ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, that's what really helps to strengthen the barrier, and that's what helps to stop the transepidermal water loss, the water, the hydration escaping your skin. So I love that this not only brings that hydration bomb like effect, I imagine the beautiful cooling gel-like texture of the serum just like rushing into my skin, just like whoosh, hydration. It feels so like cooling, refreshing, watery, deeply hydrating, replenishing. It feels amazing as you work this onto your skin. Not only is it giving you that sensation, which really helps to relieve that dehydrated feeling, you're getting the barrier supportive elements in here. So as you continue to use this, your barrier is getting stronger. It's being supported, and you're going to find not only are you getting the relief of hydration, but you're actually finding your skin is retaining the hydration over time. Your dehydration is getting lessened. That's how you really conquer dehydrated skin. You really got to work on your moisture barrier. Here's another tip for you. You may have heard people recommending to apply skincare to damp skin in order to increase hydration and absorption. And that's definitely something that is true. You know, if you do have a multi-layered skincare routine, I do feel like as long as you don't let your skin dry out fully in between each step, you're actually already applying it to damp skin. But you know, sometimes like the skincare doesn't quite like match up, like things start to feel a little sticky or thick on your skin, or it's just not feeling super duper hydrating. That's where my tip is going to come in, where you might want to use a mist, you know, something even really simple like the La Roche-Posay Thermal Spring Water Spray. Spray just a little bit of this mist in between your skincare layers. Not only is it going to help increase the absorption and a little bit of hydration of the products, but it's also going to cut down on any like thick or sticky feelings that you're getting when sometimes the skincare you're pairing just doesn't quite jive together. So let's talk about the Klairs Fundamental Water Gel Cream. Now this is another green tea and panthenol joint, so I don't really need to go over the ingredients too much here, but we do know panthenol, excellent hydration balm. But the texture, that's what I really want to focus on with this cream, because it's like pudding. It's called a gel cream, but it's very loose, kind of runny, kind of like a loose pudding texture. And holy moly, work this into your skin and you are going to feel so much hydration. Wow, it really fills your skin with hydration. And then there's this moisture element to it. It's got a little bit of that little hint of richness. It's not really oily or greasy, but just a little hint of richness right at the top of the skin. So it actually gives you the sensation of deep plumping hydration and that little bit of like hug it in moisture right up at the top. But it's still so light, it's so breathable, and it will give you juicy, bouncy skin. Like, I love what this does to my skin. I love how it makes it feel so filled to the brim with plumping hydration. My skin just goes in a good way. And it's just like I can't stop touching my cheeks because it's so bouncy. It feels amazing on the skin. Now let's talk about a cream with hydration balm in the name. This is the Bonajour Green Tea Water Balm. Now this is super interesting with a very similar loose gel cream type of texture to the Klairs, but it does feel different on the skin. So of course we've got green tea, we've got niacinamide, sodium hyaluronate in here. We have baobab seed and squalane oils. And remember, baobab does bring that little bit of moisture to the formulation. And that's what really sets this one apart for me, is it actually has quite a bit more moisture than the Klairs does. We get the water bomb effect. Like, it delivers on the name. Don't get me wrong. This delivers. This will plump your skin with lots of hydration, but it actually has a little bit more richness to it than the Klairs does. Where the Klairs had like light moisture on top of the skin, this has deeper moisture, a little bit more of that oil type of feel, and it will give you that more glass skin type of finish, a little bit shinier on the top of your skin, that dewy look. I also forgot to mention this does have quite a few well-aging peptides in it too, so really interesting take here with a little bit of well-aging, some of the green tea and niacinamide, lots of hydration, a good amount of rich moisture, and very light occlusivity. This is a little bit more of like what you might expect from a plumping gel cream type of product. I don't feel like this is the very best for very dehydrated skin, because I don't feel like it really holds the hydration in if you're prone to losing hydration. If you're not, and you're just looking for a plumping, light, deeply hydrating water bomb type of product on your skin, that's what this is. But if you're dehydrated, there's better options in this video for you. Now we have to talk about the Rovectin Lotus Water Cream. I love this. Now, this does have lotus extract in it, and then we've got the usual suspects here. You know, we've got the panthenol and the glycerin in here. We do have some sunflower seed oil, which is going to bring that light, non-greasy moisture. This is really turning out to be something quite similar to the other two products that we talked about, right? We got lots of hydrating humectants in here with a little bit of like an oil to kind of just like give that light moisture and balancing effect to the skin. But there's actually something different happening in this cream that's not really happening in the Klairs or in the Bonajour. The secret sauce to this one is Aquoxyl. You've heard me talk about this before, but I really do think that you need to know this ingredient trio. It's 3 different ingredients. You need to know these ingredients if you are looking for hydration bombs in your skincare, because this is like the definition of a hydration bomb. So I'm going to put up on the screen right now the ingredients list, and I'm going to highlight these 3 ingredients because they're kind of tricky to pronounce. But these are the 3 ingredients that you need to look for, and they are patented and marketed under the name Aquoxyl. And what they do is they bind water to the skin, which is like kind of like hyaluronic acid. It attracts and binds the hydration deep within your skin. That's where we're going to get the hydrating effect. But these 3 ingredients also increase your skin's natural moisturizing factors. Super, super important for really getting deeply hydrated skin, but it also helps with the synthesis of lipids in your skin barrier. Remember, that's what holds it all in. That's what fights the dehydration and holds and hugs the hydration into your skin. Now, this looks a little bit thicker than the other 2 products. It is still kind of like that gel cream type of feel, but as you start to spread this onto your skin, it just kind of like melts down into this deeply hydrating, plumping type of moisturizer with a little bit of moisture, a good amount of occlusivity, not like super, super occlusive, but enough to fight dehydration. This is another one that surprised me by actually performing for my dehydrated skin in summertime. It was enough. And then it leaves your skin very silky, very soft with a little bit of that dewy finish, a little bit of that glass skin look. Very, very plump, very, very juicy, very, very hydrated. So now it's your turn to share with me any of your hydration bomb skincare faves. Let me know in the comment box below. If you love this video, it helped you hydrate your skin, but you have not hit subscribe yet, please do consider hitting subscribe. I do release a lot of new skincare videos just like this one, so consider turning notifications on too, so you're never out of the loop during the week when I release the new videos. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.